Good morning, friends. My name is Ginger Melee. I'm here today to show you a very basic, very versatile muffin recipe. Now, with the coronavirus isolation, a lot of us were left with just what we had on hand. I'm going to show you how to use that to make a delicious muffin. Speaking of on hand, my hand is healing. The doctor took off the splint. It is still bruised and swollen, but it's time to use it. So, if you have a little apple like this, if you dice it up, it'll make about a cup of apple, and you can use that to make the recipe. You may want to season it with apple pie spice, cloves, ginger, cinnamon, or a nutmeg. If you have some pumpkin, you might use any of these or pumpkin pie spice. If you have crushed red pepper, you might make a savory muffin, maybe a Mexican-inspired muffin with onion and cheese and bacon. That would be yummy. And don't forget your herbs. I have thyme and Italian parsley, and you can combine those with lemon to make a delicious muffin. I also have mint. I would combine the mint with lime and the Egyptian seasoning dukkah, D-U-K-K-A-H, and I know I'm not saying it right. You may only have cocoa. Cocoa could be combined with fresh or dried or frozen cherries. Make a delicious recipe. Or you may only have cocoa and cinnamon. Excellent. Now let's talk about how to make it moist. I have an egg. I understand there's a worldwide shortage on eggs, but I always have eggs. And since I am making it not with wheat flour, but with almond flour, I am going to use the egg so that it holds together. It has a structure. But if you don't want to use your eggs, or you don't have any eggs, you can use flaxseed and make a flaxseed egg. And I will leave a recipe for this underneath the video, and you will not taste any difference in a baked good. I like to use applesauce. It's sweet. It's already portioned. It's 1/4 of a cup. Easy to keep in the pantry. But it looks like it's really time to use this banana. But since I need the structure of the egg that the egg provides, I will not be using the banana in the muffin today. I'm going for an orange cranberry muffin, mainly to get the cranberries out of my pantry. And I will be seasoning it with orange essential oil. I also have lemon extract, but you may only have vanilla extract, and that's fine. The recipe is written for vanilla extract. Or maybe you only have the Torani. Torani will make a delicious muffin, but my recommendation is use twice as much of this as the recipe calls for the vanilla extract. If you are using a savory muffin, use only half the amount of sweetening. So the recipe calls for 2/3 of a cup of sugar. You can use 1/3 of a cup, and it'll turn out deliciously. Now, I have been in isolation for 2 weeks. That means for 2 weeks I have not been going to the Y. I have not been running errands. I have not been walking around the block. I have been in my house where I'm safe from the coronavirus. Since I'm not getting so much exercise these days, I'm going to make this recipe with a monk fruit blend. It measures just the same as sugar, but doesn't have the calories. But if you don't have this, I mean, the recipe was written for granulated white sugar, and the recipe will turn out great. I find that since I'm not going out of the house, I have more time, and while I do have more time, and I've already got the ingredients out of the pantry, I'm not going to make just one muffin recipe today. I'm going to fill all of my bowls and measuring cups with these ingredients and make homemade muffin mix to use when life gets busier again. It takes, once you get it out of the cupboard and you measure it once, you might as well measure it 2, 3, 4 times and save it up for the future. You may want to use it again next week, maybe with different flavorings. So in doing that, what I would suggest is make the dry ingredients, the flour, the sugar, the baking soda, but stop before you add the dried fruit or the nuts. They may not keep their freshness while they are lying in the flour. But I'm going to mix up a batch now.